Rainier Avenue Radio.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
This is Monique Lee from the Afternoons with Monique show. I'm also the owner of Seattle Love Broker, a relationship consulting and matchmaking company. Tune in every Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. to listen to intriguing, informative, and entertaining guests share stories of their past and vision for the future of our community.
Yo, what's good? It's D-Money, and you should definitely check out Fresh Juice every Wednesday, 9 to 11 Pacific, right on Rainier Avenue Radio.
With pint-sized Patron, P-Treasy to Don. Y'all be sure to clean your mirrors as we play brand new hip-hop and R&B from locals and worldwide.
It's ID Yourself, a.k.a. Malcolm Flex. Make sure you check out Fresh Juice every Wednesday, Pacific Standard Time from 9 to 11 p.m.
And to get those exclusive interviews that we be doing.
Sipping a brand new Fresh Juice every single week.
Yeah. Every Wednesday, 9 to 11, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yeah, yeah.
This message is brought to you by Public Health, Seattle and King County, the Washington Department of Health, Washington Chapter AAP, and Within Reach. No matter where your classroom is, whether in person or online, routine vaccinations protect your child from serious diseases like measles, mumps, and chickenpox, and they keep your child safe, healthy, and thriving. Need help finding a provider? Visit parenthelp123.org or call the Help Me Grow Washington hotline at 1-800-322-2588.
Oh, yes, it's raining tonight.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not trying out new wigs and cocktail dresses, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Right. Oh, yes, it's raining.
Ay Pilipino, ang dugo'y likas sa aking puso at ika'y ganda sa Pilipinas.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Sana po kayo naroroon. Ito po ang Fil-Am Radio, broadcasting live every Tuesday afternoon from 1 o'clock to 2:30. Shuttle time po yan through the magic of StreamYard and the facilities of Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Dito po sa Seattle, Washington State, United States of America. Ako po si Kuya Bert Caoili, anak ng aking co-host in Australia.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Kuya Bert, good afternoon, Daniel. Good morning, Australian Philippines. Ito po si Miles Salvador from Australia. Salamat po sa inyong patuloy na panonood sa aming programa.
Ang producer po natin sa ating programa Fil-Am Radio is Daniel Bells of Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Alam niyo naman po, ang programa po natin is internet-based. So you can listen live now saan man po kayo naroroon, anywhere in the world. Just log on to www.rainieravenueradio.world or pwede rin naman sa YouTube. Hanapin lamang ang Fil-Am Radio. Ang episode po natin ngayon is 207, meaning 207 na tayo nagbo-broadcast, Miles. Ang show natin is video recorded by our producers, so you could also watch our show later kung hindi pwede ngayon, live ngayon, but you could always watch it throughout the week to the Facebook page of Rainier Avenue Radio.world or sabi nga sa YouTube, di ba?
Yeah.
Or yung Facebook page ni Miles Salvador that lagi niyang pinopost yan sa kanyang Facebook page at saka sa aking Birds Angels. Hanapin lang po ang Fil-Am Radio, episode 207. Ang broadcast medium po namin ay Taglish. Ibig sabihin, Tagalog English. Minsan may English, minsan may Tagalog. So para so, yung English-speaking nating audience will be able to understand our show. Kaya for now, just relax and enjoy our show. At alam nyo naman na yung programa po natin always starts with a prayer and ends with a prayer. Kaya sabayan niyo po ako sa aming maikling opening prayer. So let's bow our head. Heavenly Father, as we prepare for today's broadcast, we ask you to bless our friends, supporters, and those we care deeply for, especially those who are watching our program right now. Where there is joy, give them continued joy. Where there is pain, give them your peace and mercy. Where there is self-doubt, release a renewed confidence. Where there is a need, fulfill their needs. Above all, thank you for giving us friends and family to share the blessing that you have bestowed on us each and every day here on earth. And Lord, please bless all our valiant soldiers who are still in Afghanistan, so for them to return safely home. May love, humility, forgiveness, and peace reign in our hearts from this day forward. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Bert. Yeah, good morning. Excuse me, Bert. I just want to say hello to Adi, Adeline San Miguel. Her stage name is Adi, all the way from Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Hi, Adi. Good morning. Thank you so much. Our opening song is...
Welcome to the show, Adi. Thank you very much.
She'll be our guest in the future. Yeah.
Of course, Miles, sabi nga, after the prayer, yung ating pambungad na awitin. Go ahead, Miles. Ang
pambungad po nating awitin ay Sa Libis ng Nayon by My Buhay Singers. Thank you, Daniel.
And of course, ito na, ang Mabuhay Singers.
Kahit na gabing madilim sa libis ng rayo, kahit itong kunyapi ay isang himato, maligayang panahon sa lahat ng naroon, bawat puso'y tumutugon sa nilalayo. Puno ng kawayan ay nangangit-ngitan, lalo na kung kita ng hangin ang ibigay. Ang katahimikan nitong kabarangan, pinukaw na tunay itong kasayahan. Kung ang harap mo ay ligaya sa buhay, sa libis ng layo, doon manirahan. Kagabutik man may gintong kalooban, kayamanan at dangal ng kabukiran. Kahit na gabing madilim sa libis ng layo, kaginting itong kunyapi ay isang himato, maligayang panahon sa lahat ng naroroon, bawat puso'y tumutugon sa nilalayo. Puno ng kawayan ay nanglagitan, lalo na kung hipan ng aming amitan. Ang katahimikan, itong kapakanan, tinukaw na tunay, itong kasayahan. Kung ang hanap mo ay ligaya sa buhay, sa linis ng nayo, ito ang makakilala. Nagabukit man ay itong karoon, kayamanan at katantan kabukiran. Kayamanan at katantan kabukiran.
Yan po ang Salibis ng Nayon by My Buhay Singers.
Alam mo naman, Miles, through your effort, we have a very wonderful guest for our
And
program.
he's early.
Kaya
He's
naman
earlier
ngayon
than
pa
me.
lang, papakilala ko na sa inyo ang ating special guest. He is Philippine-born but now Australian's multi-award vocal performer. Wow! Ang pangalan po niya, Daniel Mallari. So, let us put our hands together.
Yay! Yay!
Hi, Daniel. And at the
Hello,
same
good
time,
afternoon to
Good
you.
morning.
So, at the same time, Daniel, papakilala ko naman sa iyo yung aming third member ng aming broadcast crew na si Norbert Caoili.
Good afternoon, Seattle.
And
Good
there's
afternoon,
Norbert.
everyone.
Norbert, I want you to meet Daniel Mallari. Both of you
Hi,
are...
everybody.
Hello, Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
Norbert
Nice to meet you, Daniel.
Norbert is Kuya Bert's son. Yeah. It's Kuya Bert's son, Norbert.
So,
Yeah.
Daniel, I
Good
think
looking
both of
son.
you are of the same age. O baka mas matanda pa si Norbert. I don't know. But hindi ko na tatanungin kung ilang taong ka na, pero okay na kung sasabihin mo sa amin. Anyway.
He just had his
something.
birthday.
Kumusta? Good afternoon, Seattle. How is it? Yeah, yeah.
You know, Daniel is so
Kumusta po?
popular in Australia, Norbert. And we are going to play a lot of his songs today. In fact, he might even sing for us today. Okay?
All right.
But before we go to and concentrate on Daniel, I'd like to get first off our program, the report of the Seahawks. Alam mo, Daniel, the Seahawks is the team that a lot of
Yes.
Western Washington and all over the world actually loves. Seahawks is our professional football, I would say, team.
Wow.
So with that, Norbert is an avid follower, and if you have not seen his video on YouTube called NorbCam, now's the time to really kind of understand and know his video program as a big Seahawks fanatic. So let's have your report first, Norb. Then we can concentrate on
Better check
Daniel
that.
after that.
All right. Thank you for that introduction, Dad. Daniel, it's great to meet you. And Ate Miles, it's good to always see you. I missed you last week, so it's good to be back on the show.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the Seahawks news. There was actually some big breaking news this morning, and that is because the Seahawks have been in contract negotiations with one of their biggest star players, Jamal Adams, the strong safety for the Seahawks, who signed with us last year, but was waiting to try to get a contract worked out. Well, today, that day finally happened. So the Seahawks and Jamal Adams have agreed. They agreed to a 4-year extension worth $70 million. It's $20 million signing bonus, $38 million guaranteed. So after a long last few weeks of back and forth and negotiating, they finally reached an agreement. So Jamal Adams will be a Seahawk for the next 4 years. So for many people, that was a big, including myself, a big sigh of relief to know that they finally got this one of their most important players locked up, and there he is. There's Jamal Adams. Yep, he's a crucial part of this defense. Came from the Jets last year. They gave up 2 first-round picks, a player, and I believe a 4th-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. And he was a huge part of the defense last year. Led the league as a defensive back with 9.5 sacks, and hopefully he'll continue to do that sort of thing. Also, was a big guy who had tackles for loss. So he's going to be a huge part of this defense moving forward. So I'm glad they finally got him taken care of. So they will now have to move on to other contracts that are waiting. Dwayne Brown, the left tackle on the offensive line, is also another one who has been, they say, holding in, which means they're showing up at practice but not actually practicing because they're trying to get their contracts worked out. He's a very important part of this offensive line, so hopefully they can get him worked out as well. There's several other players that are also awaiting contracts, but this was the most important one, so they will see who they take care of next. So last week was the first preseason game of the Seattle Seahawks. They played the Las Vegas Raiders. Got to get used to saying that. The Las Vegas Raiders in their first preseason game in Las Vegas. This is actually a pretty historic game in the sense that this was the first game with fans in the stands in that beautiful $1.8 billion football stadium in Las Vegas. Dad, you and I drove by it a few times. It's pretty amazing. It looks like a big Roomba vacuum cleaner, but it is state of the art. One of the most expensive stadiums ever made. Like I said, almost $2 billion. But this thing is quite incredible. And there's a few shots of highlights from that game. It was pretty much all Raiders in this game. There it is in no score first quarter. There's the pass and almost the touchdown, but to the 2-yard line. The Raiders would go on to score, take an early 7-0 lead. And it was not much to see for Seattle, although not too surprisingly, as the Seahawks only started 6 players in that game. And so the offense sputtered. Geno Smith, the backup quarterback, was the one who took the field. Russell Wilson was nowhere to be seen, along with most of their star players all just on the bench resting. Mostly a chance for the team to see what they had in their up-and-coming players, lower level players to see, because they have to cut their roster down from 90 to 53 in the next few weeks. So they've already made a few cuts already based on that first game. More to come for sure. But they ended up losing that game 20-7. The one bright spot in the game was a touchdown pass to let me see, what was his name again? The guy, DJ Dallas. DJ Dallas ran the ball well, and he caught a ball for a touchdown and got the only score for the Seahawks. So that was the one bright spot. A couple of plays that were made pretty well on the defensive side of the ball. And there you go. There's the touchdown. DJ Dallas celebrating in the end zone there with some of the Seahawks fans who were in attendance. I would have loved to have gone to that game, but it was very expensive. There's Sean Mannion, the third-string quarterback, throwing the ball up there, trying to get one completed, but incomplete pass. Again, not much happening on the offensive side of the ball. But here is the touchdown to DJ Dallas. A little screen pass on the right, tiptoes on the sideline, and is able to take it in for the Seahawks touchdown. But that would be their only score in the game, as I said, 20-7, the final there. So this week, we will be celebrating another exciting game because it will be the first game back to Lumen Field here in Seattle since they shut things down last year. As you know, last year, none of the fans were allowed to go see any of the games, so my dad and I were forced to watch them on TV the entire season. But this year, that's all going to change, at least starting on Saturday, as the second preseason game against the Denver Broncos will be played in front of the full complement of 12s in the stands. So I'm very excited to get back into the stadium. I know my dad is as well. So that game will be Saturday night. I will be live streaming it on my YouTube channel. Again, it's called NorbCam, as you can see right over there. Just look up NorbCam on your YouTube channel and you will see me there. And I will be live streaming the game Saturday night. So the other news we didn't really get to talk about last week. It's kind of old news now, but I thought I'd at least touch on it a little bit. Never got to put the wraps on the Olympics. It's hard to believe it's already come and gone. Such a big event, and it's there. It's happening every day, and then all of a sudden, it's just over. But when the dust finally settled, it was a pretty tight race between the United States, China, and Japan, the host country. And amazingly enough, the United States was able to pull off the medal victory in terms of the medal count. They ended up with a total of 39 gold medals, just edging China at the very last day, thanks to some very good performances by the women's volleyball team, who won gold, as well as the women's basketball team, who also got gold, just enough to put them over the edge to edge China with 39 gold medals to China's 38. And then the third was Japan with 27. Australia Atamao's country, had 17 gold medals, and so they did pretty well as well. 6th place overall in terms of total medals. But the top 3 was the United States with a total of 113, China with 88 total medals, and Japan had 58 total, and they were 3rd place with 27 gold. So 39 for the U.S., 38 for China, and 27 for Japan. Not too shabby in terms of when it looked like China might run away with this thing. U.S. found a way to come back and take the lead in terms of the medal count. So a very successful Olympics for the United States, for Team USA. So my final bit of news goes to... what was that? Oh, and of course the Philippines. Can't leave the Philippines out. Oh yeah, but we got to mention, the Philippines. Of course, the Philippines, they didn't have a ton of medals, but they had the ones that counted the most. Their first ever gold medal. I know we talked about that quite a bit. Even got our Facebook channel temporarily shut down because I showed illegal footage apparently. But to the on the weightlifting side, we were able to get, the Philippines was able to get a gold medal in that. Did we get more than one? We got the one, right? And then no, just one gold and then 2 silvers and 1 bronze for a total of 4. So that's outstanding. It's you never forget your first one. So for the young lady who was able to win the gold for the weightlifting competition, she will always be seen as a hero for the Philippines, having won that first ever. Can't believe the first time ever gold medal for the country of the Philippines. Finally, the last note I wanted to... Oh, what was that?
Yeah, after how many decades? Yes, finally.
Oh yeah, but it's worth the wait, right? To finally get that one. It was a long wait, long time coming, but I know that she is the pride of the Philippines right now, having brought the gold home. So one final bit of sports news. Just got to go to my little baseball watch regarding our Seattle Mariners. I said all season I thought at some point they'd fall off and be irrelevant. Well, they keep proving me wrong, but they're not exactly solid in the playoffs yet. Where they stand right now in the AL West, we have the Seattle Mariners in 3rd place, which they've kind of been all year. They're hanging in there at 63 and 56 behind the 1st place Houston Astros, who are 70 and 48, and the Oakland A's, who are 68 and 51. The A's are the ones we're chasing right now, because if we can somehow get on a little bit of a run, we need to catch up to Oakland or Boston, because right now they are the 2 wild card playoff teams. The Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays are the 2 teams ahead of us. So we have to get ahead of one of those 4 teams in order to make the playoffs, which would happen at the end. There it is, at the end of September. Scrolling down a little bit, you can see Oakland and Boston, the leaders in the wild card. Then you got the Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays, and there's your Seattle Mariners. So this is as good as they've done in a long time, but can they close it out in August and September and find a way to make it to the playoffs for the first time in 20 years, which is one of the biggest postseason droughts in professional sports ever? I think our team is just cursed. But maybe this team could finally break through somehow and get back to the playoffs. It's been too long. It has been way too long. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll see what happens. But they got more games to play. It's a long season, so I'll keep you up to date and see how that Mariner watch goes. But outside of that, football season's back. Mariner baseball's still going, and it's great. I just love the football stuff because I'm going to training camp again tomorrow with Mama Blue and my buddy Mark Collins. And so we will be watching the Seahawks live in person at practice tomorrow with the legendary Mama Blue, who we helped raise money for last year with her battle against pancreatic cancer. And she is doing very well, in case you were wondering. And the cancer is, I wouldn't say gone, but is definitely reduced and is... She's in very good health right now, knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way. Whether she'll get to go to the games or not, that's to be determined, since her health is still rather fragile. And at her age, going into a stadium full of 68,000 people, not wearing masks and no vaccination requirements might be a little risky for a woman her age. So we'll see if she's allowed to go back to the games in person. But I will be talking about that tomorrow when I see them, and I'll do a little live streaming on my channel as well from live at the VMAC for Seahawks training
Norbert,
camp. And that's it.
Excuse me, Norbert. Irving Mendoza said, "Hi, Norb. Is it true that Jamal Adams agreed to the contract extension for the Seahawks?"
He must have missed the beginning of the story. He must have missed my first story, because that is exactly what I was talking about. That yes, he did agree on terms with the Seahawks. So $70 million, 4 years, $38 million guaranteed. So yes, he will be a Seahawk for the next 4 years, which is good news for Seahawk
That
fans.
is indeed good news, Norb. Thank you very much. And
Thank
if
you.
are not
Thank you,
going to
Norbert.
go with the girls today, you could stay and just enjoy the songs that Daniel Mallari is gonna give us. Okay.
I will stay for a while. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing Daniel's music.
Yes,
It's
in
great,
fact,
yeah.
Can't wait.
I would like to start before we even interview Daniel. I'd like to play the first song that you have listed. This is the moment.
This is the moment by Daniel Mallari.
So let's listen to it. Oh, yeah.
Yay.
This is the moment. This is the day when I settle my doubts and demons on their way. In every endeavor I have made everyone is coming into play. It's here now today. This is the moment. This is the time when the momentum and the moment are in line. Give me this moment and this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I know, all I'm dreaming, skipping and screaming becomes one. Listen today, see its sparkle and shine when all I'm waiting for becomes mine. For all these years, I faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove that my meaning's on fire. This is the moment, my final test. The steady second, I never let second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of your love. This is the moment, and all your life is never until forever will not. When I look back, I will always recall moment from moment. This was the moment, the greatest moment of the world.
Yan po ang This is the Moment by our very special guest, Daniel Mallari from Australia. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. That was good. Now, if you notice, Norb, his voice ranges from, and that's why he's called the what? Popera. Meaning he sings pop songs and also opera, because he's got that versatility. His showcase, from Broadway musicals to
rock
opera.
and roll, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
God.
amazing. I love that song too. So as soon as I heard the title, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be good." And you tore it up. That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Opera is a crossover. It's a crossover pop and opera. It's like a fusion of pop and opera, giving classical music a bit of modern edge, or modern music a bit of classical approach. Hence the term opera.
Well, tell us more about yourself first. Where were you born in the Philippines? Where are you from?
I was born in. Well, mom is from Cebu and dad is from Pampanga, but I was born in Bataan and grew up in
That's
Quezon
interesting.
City.
Yeah.
So it's here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. And I understand that you started singing at what age were you when you started singing?
I think I started singing in my late teens, and but my very first singing contract was when I was I think my early 20s.
I see. And then you, aside from singing, in various places in the Philippines, you also stayed like 7 years in Hong Kong. Is that what I was understanding?
I did. I moved to Japan in 1990, and then from 91 to 98, I lived in Hong Kong, and then from 98, I moved to Australia, and in 2003, I officially became Australian.
Okay, so you now are Australian citizen. We'll talk more about this, guys, but we have to go to our first news break. All right? So stay tuned. Huwag po kayong aalis. Okay?
We'll be back.
News break.
Okay po.
Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station.
This is Cindy Bray, the host of Heartbeat Radio.
This is Paul Tierson, host of Star
This
Time.
is Paul Schneiderman today on the 73rd edition.
Hey,
of
y'all,
Sports
welcome to
Rainier
Travelers
Avenue
Guide to
Radio.
Venus and Mars and Princess Robin.
Yes, no, be dirty.
Your home for information about the impact.
Amongst many things that's difficult about this virus is that it's
been devastating. There are really heartbreaking stories of people who have.
There isn't anyone that isn't impacted.
shutting our schools down, including all athletic programs.
Your first-hand accounts.
I did take the test and I found out that I was positive.
A lot of people who know me, I'm still the first person they know.
But it was almost like you were patient zero for South Seattle. Your stories of community coming together.
Partnered very heavily with Tacoma Urban League, who is doing some amazing work in response.
We're doing things for small businesses. We're giving out loans for small businesses.
And so I think it's very important that we have leaders who feel.
I cannot tell you, we're calling 20, 30, 40 members.
This crisis in our community, we've been working to address it.
Rainier Avenue Radio, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
DJ Dirty John.
Karen Z with Rainier Avenue Radio.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We got you covered. Local impact, global presence.
We broadcast welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio.world and our weekly coverage of the impact of the community. Continuation of our series. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us again here. And then again, now we are aware of the fact that we are and more focused on
Do you want to reach out to the Vietnamese community in Seattle? Just advertise in Người Việt Tây Bắc, that is Northwest Vietnamese News, the longest running Vietnamese language newspaper in our region. Go to nvnorthwest.com.
Would you like to see when your favorite Rainier Avenue Radio show comes on? Check out our show schedule, updated weekly at rainieravenue.world.
At balik po tayo sa aming programa Fil-Am Radyo. And as many of you know, ako po si Kuya Bert Caoili.
Ito po si Mel Salvador. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagtangkilik sa aming programang Fil-Am Radio. And
Hey
our
everybody, this is Norb Caoili, also known as NorbCam, for all your Seahawks and sports news updates.
And our very special
And
guest
good afternoon,
today, ang
Seattle.
singer natin. Pakilala ka ulit, Daniel.
Magandang hapon po, Seattle. This is Daniel Mallari, dito na sa Australia.
Okay, before we go back to Daniel, I just want to say a get well announcement here for baby Tula, Aurora baby Tula, who I understand is now in hospice. And you know what that means when you are in hospice. My gosh, that's not too good news to hear, you know. So I hope that she could recover, and we wish her so many luck and prayers for her speedy recovery, if that is even possible. And also, I'd like to say also to get well to our good friend, your friend and mine, Miles Rolly Pollington, who I understood was brought to the hospital sometime this weekend, maybe. That's according to Conrad Casalio, whom we visited last Sunday. So we wish Rolly Pollington, you know, speedy recovery. So get well soon, Rolly. I don't know. I miss your radio program. I don't know if it was held. But anyway, the important thing is for you to get well. Okay? Miles, you might want to greet Rolly to get well, you know, right?
I hope for your speed recovery, my friend.
Very good. Thank you so much. Now, back to Daniel Mallari, the other Daniel. Daniel Bells is our producer on Rainier Avenue Radio, and Daniel Mallari is the singer, Philippine-born, but now an Australian citizen. Wow. So you decided to become an Australian citizen, huh, Daniel?
Yes, opo. Yes, that's right, Kuya Bert.
Kasi mas maganda raw kamo. Australia is so beautiful. You fell in love with it. Did you fall in love with any Australian too?
Absolutely. Just like America, Australia is beautiful, and at the same time, it's very malapit sa Pilipinas. So anytime na gusto nating bumisita, it's few hours. It's few hours lesser than flying to US. But just like America, Australia is so beautiful as well.
Very
Absolutely
good.
beautiful.
I agree. Yeah.
So, Miles, I don't know. When I was reading his short bio, interesting bio, he never mentioned whether he's married to, or have children, or what. So then, yeah.
No children, but
I'm just curious.
I'm married, but no children, but I'm married to an Australian.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Well, you've been there since you said 2003?
1998.
Oh, 1999.
1998.
Okay. That's a long time ago. You know,
isn't it? Yes.
I have been to Australia. I don't think you've ever been to Australia, Norb. Oh, we have been traveling together a lot, but not in Australia. I went there when I went there for the Alliance Convention in Sydney some time ago.
Yeah.
So that's all that.
That's one of those places I want to go visit for sure. It's on my bucket list of places to go to. So hopefully soon. But yes, I have not been able to travel quite as many countries as you have. But hopefully soon, because I see it all the time on.
Daniel there with Miles over there. I think
we have friends to visit now.
Looking for some place to stay.
It's always nice to have friends in countries that you visit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Norbert.
Okay. I know you're gonna sing for later on, but I have a list here that Miles, and this is one of favorites of Norbert also, and the song is this recorded that you're gonna sing, or is this live? You Raise Me Up. So,
I'm not
Miles?
sure what Miles organized.
I got in my playlist is the Funiculi, Funicula, and then
that one.
You Raise Me Up, requested by Lulu Demetrio of Shepperton, United Kingdom, a very good friend. Yeah. So which one, Kuya Bert?
I would say, what song are you gonna sing live for us today,
Oh,
Daniel?
am I singing live this morning?
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah.
Surprise!
All right.
We always try to surprise our guests, but it's up to you. We could play because Miles
I
said
think it's better to play. Yes.
It's pretty good.
Funicula, yes. I think, yeah,
Well,
that's a good one to
first.
play.
We'll play that
let's
as
hear.
a record. As a record.
Funicula from Daniel Mallari. Thank you,
There you go.
Daniel.
We'll have Norbert sing for us live.
Yeah, he's a good singer. Yeah.
We have a video that we always play about what he does in as far as the Seahawks team is concerned, and we will do that also later. Yeah, but for now, let's listen to Daniel Mallari, who is going to sing.
Funicula. It's a very good song. I love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
No.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Yan po ang Funicula by Daniel Mallari. Adi said, wow,
yes,
awesome, love this song. Clap, clap, clap.
Oh, there's a Perry Crisanto. Also, a lot of claps. But you know,
Hi,
I
Adi
really
and
admire
Edward.
your stage presence and performance. Isn't that, Norm? He's got that move, you know, aside from
It's
the
great.
voice.
Oh, he's clearly a true professional. You have a very amazingly powerful voice, and yeah, I was curious, what is that venue that we've seen these recordings from? Are they from the same show or the same location?
Different location, actually. They're one of the cruises I used to do, because as we know, cruises nowadays, it's not quite, well, it just started in US, but they're one of the, I think that's one of the cruises I've been doing the last few years as a guest entertainer.
That song,
Nice.
that song, Funicula, Funiculi, I don't know what it means. Is that an Italian song or something?
It is an Italian, like an Italian Neapolitan piece. It's just all about having fun, Kuya Bert.
Oh, is that right? Is that what it means there? Funiculi, funicula.
Yes.
Have you ever heard that song, Norb?
Yes.
Oh, I've always heard I've always known the tune, but I never really knew the name of the song. Just da, 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 da. You know, you always hear that tune, but I've never really known what it meant. So I am curious where.
Oh.
Aloha, aku, Joanna, bravo, she said.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Some of your friends, is it not?
Tyler, hi Tyler,
That's
my
thank you.
He's always there. He's an avid fan.
At this time, let's give everybody a chance to greet. Just say hi to some of your friends. Let's start with Daniel, because I know he's got. I saw some of these people that you have greeted, I guess, or mentioned, and there's so many of your fans.
Yeah.
So you might want to greet them again here live on Fil-Am Radio.
Oh, thank you. Salamat. Okay. Well, I came from a massive family of 15 siblings, so but I won't mention everyone. But from the Philippines, I'd like to greet my sisters Nora, Rose, Luz, Len, my brother Noel, nephews and nieces, Amy and Pagalans, my cousin Ate Lolit and Ate Lolit Grace in San Diego, my niece Joanna, of course, and her family, and soon-to-be husband Mike Chavez, daughters Parrish and Genevieve, grandchildren Elias and Eremiah and Kalina. And also from San Diego, hello to Ate Elizabeth Molina and family, Kuya Art, Kuya Senon and family, Jim and Rose. And here in Australia, also Joan Lorenzana Blora, who's also in US now. Also a big hello to Gregory, Lisa, Connor, and mom and dad here in Australia. And also, of course, Addie and Edward in Australia.
Yeah.
You mentioned Addie and Edwards. I was searching for the name Addie. There were so many Addie, and I didn't know what the last name was. I said, my gosh,
Addie is using a different name.
Yeah, that's a lot of Addies. Okay, Norb,
Addie is Bert. Addie is her stage name. She'll be our guest next week.
Oh, very good.
It's a great performance.
What is Addie's
Yay, Addie.
What is Addie's last name?
Hang on to Daniel and Norb. I want to say hello to Lulu Demetrio, watching all the way from Shepperton, United Kingdom. Thank you, Lulu. And guess what?
Lulu.
Guess what, Kuya Bert? Our good friend Violet Escobel is watching. How are you, Violet? Our good friend is in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I hope he's better now. Okay, I know. If you want to greet some of your friends you went camping with this weekend,
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, I got to say a shout out to Tyler Parcher because he's there at every live stream, every one of your live streams, as well as anytime I have any kind of event or video, he's always there following. So I appreciate his dedication, which is awesome. As far as this past weekend, of course, my daughters, Sophie and Vanessa, we had a chance to go to Mount Rainier this past weekend, along with their friends, Lucy and Kira and their dads, Jeff and Rod, and so we had a great time, and Sophie's friend Mickey also, she came along as well, so we had a great time doing some hiking, some star watching, the beautiful shooting stars that we saw Sunday evening, and just enjoying a little bit of outdoors before the kids go back to school next week, so the last bit of summer fun. So, and then to everybody watching my channel and to our friends in the Filipino community, thank you, all of you, for watching the show. Appreciate it.
Right. And Miles, you might send your greetings.
Yeah, I want to say hello to, first of all, Ate Shoni, Cosme Sigitan Santiago, and of course, Violet Escobar, Maria Ferrer, and Dolor Exconde Arreglado, Nora Salcedo, and my cousin Risa Kawagdan, and Maria Brazil, Maria Totel, Maria Gaspay, and Bobby Abutin, of course, and all of you. You too many to mention. And
I know.
in Australia, hello to Amelia Paminto and Antonio of Kelsey, New South Wales. Wilhelmina Briones of Adelaide, Australia. Pamangkin ni Kuya Bert. Dolores Soligores de Cruz, sister of Prisco and Frances Soligores of Mindoro Oriental. Chris Polinar Gambe of Toowoomba. My friends in Russell Island, they're fans of Daniel Mallari, Priscilla Colette, Mariby Chrysostom, Annabelle Tatubigan, Lilith Wern, and Lita Dixon, Zelly Sawyer, Sindel Spur, and Delia, you're too many to mention, and Veronica Sullivan of Toowoomba, Queensland, Auntie Nellie Williams of Queensland, Toowoomba, and in Newcastle, it's, oh my goodness, Elizabeth Tayad, with Black, Elizabeth Tayad, Soli O'Donnell, Adora Quintana, Soli, and
You should
then
have
in
a
the
lot of
Philippines,
friends.
Norma Adiog of Eastwood, Coronoses, Basa, Quezon City, Elizabeth Lumboy of Quezon City, Init Binasa of Dasol, Pangasinan, Rita Evidente of Quezon City, Philippines, Rose Matuod, Matucan of Piligan City, Roberto Laos Caoili of General Santos City, Pamangkin ni Kuya Bert, Judith Rasco of Taguig City, Joan Elemonte of Santo Niño, Marikina Rizal, May Romulo Oricayan of Baguio City, Jocelyn Vela Saglay of Quezon City, Philippines, Yun Reyes and family of Quezon City, Susan Reyes and family. And by the way, I'd like to thank everyone who share my post about Fil-Am Radio. A lot of Daniel's friends all over the world shared it too. And also Kuya Bert and Norbert. I'd like to say thank you to Glenn Snyder. He did a live streaming yesterday and he plugged the Fil-Am Radio. He plugged the NorbCam, invited all his fans to see the NorbCam and the Fil-Am Radio. Thank you so much, Glenn Snyder. Yeah, did I
Yes,
miss
that's
anybody?
great. Thank you.
You know,
Thank you,
you
Glenn.
mentioned Bobby Abutin. I would like to say thank you, Bobby Abutin, for reminding us of the death anniversary of our very good friend Lion, Natalie Puentes.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. And
Yeah.
I also saw, if you have seen the live video I had posted last Sunday on the farm of Conrad Casalio, I'd like to say thank you for the wonderful flowers that I shared with Norbert, actually, because I know Jean loves flowers.
Yeah, they were
And I
beautiful.
would like also to
yeah.
say, I know there's so many comments and kudos to Dulce Saragosa Montuano, because she celebrated her 60th birthday. 60th birthday, and it was wonderful. And so many people reacted to that video that everybody sent to my Birch Angels blog, and of course maybe to your NorbCam. And Norb, so
Yeah.
that was wonderful.
Bert,
Yeah.
when I saw your video when you were at the farm of Conrado, that reminded me, October 2017, I met him and his wife in Pike Market with when I was with Rolly Puluntan and Violet Escobar. They took me there, so I met Conrado.
Oh yeah, that is
yeah.
a wonderful couple. So they raise these beautiful flowers, and that's what they sell
Beautiful.
at the Pike Place Market. Well, I'm glad you remember those dates. I don't remember that good anymore.
I think
And then finally, I'd
Conrado,
like to say,
according to Rolly, I think Conrado used to be a mayor or governor in Batangas. I think that's what
I'm not so
Rolly said.
sure,
Yeah.
but all I know
Yeah.
is that he's a very good person. He's a member of COFAO.
Yeah.
He's also a lion. Whether he's still active, something else, but he has been active in the community, very friendly. Beautiful flowers and also fruits. Yes,
And
veggies.
vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vegetables. I like to finally say Hi to Sol Obedosa Montilla. I'm glad that somehow she's able to listen once in a while from Pangasinan. Okay. And I know that we got a lot of, if we have all the time in the world, there are a lot of birthday greetings that we would like to say, but I'll just say for now, for the interest of time, for all of you who are celebrating their birthdays today and for the birthdays this week, happy birthday to all. But let's go back to Daniel Mallari because he is our special guest. And at this time, I would like him to sing this. This is also Norbert's one of Norbert's favorite songs. You Raise Me Up. So will this be live or recorded?
It's recorded, Kuya Bert.
Recorded. Okay.
Yeah, it's You Raise Me Up by Daniel Mallari, requested by Lulu Demetrio of Shepperton, United Kingdom. Lulu, this is for you. Thank you, Daniel. You Raise Me Up by Daniel Mallari. Yay.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
When I am down and oh my soul so weak, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to open stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me
on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
To more than I can be.
You raise me up to
Yan,
more than I can be.
yan po ang You Raise Me Up by Daniel Mallari, special guest today, especially for Lourdes Mercado Demetrio.
And you said-
Daniel, Lulu
Miles,
said, thank
that
you,
was
Daniel,
good.
for your song.
Thank you.
That's from your album, Daniel. I understand. Is that right? That's from
Yes.
you have an album out.
That's right. No, that's from my second CD, Chasing Dreams, which I recorded about 6 years ago in Sydney. And actually, in that song, singing with me, it was my friend Andrew Warboys, who's also the producer of that album.
So that was the second voice on there, Andrew.
Yes, that's right. And all of my songs from I have 3 CDs. They're all on iTunes. The first CD is called My Corner of the Sky. Yung second CD is Chasing Dreams, and the third one is Till I Hear You Sing. They're all available on iTunes. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know.
I would think so. I hope they put the links. They need to put the links in the description so they can check it out directly.
Yes.
That's
All
great.
right, with that song, a beautiful, beautiful song, we're going to have to pause for our final news break. So take it away, Danielle.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update.
Mga kaibigan, halina't makipag-ugnay kayo sa Pier 62 sa kanilang mga libreng gawain at programa ngayong tag-init. Libre po ito para sa buong pamilya tulad ng musika, sining, sayaw, yoga, kwentuhan, mga klaseng pangkalusugan at marami pang iba. Walang bayad po ito. Libre po para sa inyong kasiyahan. Para malaman ninyo ang buong summer schedule, bisitahin lamang ang waterfrontparkseattle.org. Maraming salamat po.
Hi, I'm Mac McGregor, the host of the You Can Make a Difference show, which airs live every Friday at 12 noon PT time. On the You Can Make a Difference show, we shine a spotlight on people who are doing amazing things to make a positive difference in our communities and in our world. We talk about what inspired them to do the work and what inspires them to keep going, how they got their start, and how you can, if it inspires you, plug into their work. We can all do something that makes a difference. So tune in every Friday at noon to the You Can Make a Difference show with Mac McGregor.
Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic. I'll take coronavirus for 100. Fever, chills, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell. What is stay at home and isolate? Correct. Coronavirus for 200. Inability to stay awake, persistent pain or pressure in chest, trouble breathing. What is seek immediate help? Correct.
Coronavirus for 500.
Crippling and potentially dead infectious disease eliminated the United States with vaccination.
What is the polio vaccine?
Correct.
I'll take coronavirus for 700.
The Daily Double. Should I take the coronavirus vaccine? Wait. Hold up. This is not a game. It's time for serious discussions. We have coronavirus vaccines, but not everyone is comfortable taking them. Here's the facts. Based on what has been proven about vaccines for other diseases, COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get the virus. Getting vaccinated also may protect people around, particularly those at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. We don't yet have all of the answers. Get informed, talk to your healthcare physician, and make the right decision for you. This is a message supported by the Washington State Department of Health.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
At balik po tayo sa ating programa Fil-Am Radyo. Ako po si Kuya Bert Caoili.
Ito po si Salvador from Australia. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagtangkilik sa aming programang Fil-Am Radio.
And I'm Norbert Caoili, also known as NorbCam, with all your Seahawks sports and everything related to that.
Daniel?
At ito po si Daniel Mallari from the Gold Coast.
Okay,
Queensland,
wonderful.
Australia.
Thank you very much.
Queensland, Australia.
At this time, Miles, because Norbert, we haven't played his video. He's got this Ed Sheeran parody about the Patriots love ballad. So we want to play that so that at least Daniel Mallari will be able to see one of the things that you do for the Seahawks.
So I need to clarify. Please. I should clarify this song because people might watch this and go, wait, I thought he was a Seahawks fan. Why is he singing about the Patriots? So this was a video I did about the Patriots right before they played, I think in Super Bowl, it was like 3 years ago. And it was sort of a parody about Tom Brady and the Patriots. So I'm kind of making fun of the Patriots in this song as if I were a Titans fan. So just want to make sure people are clear so they don't get confused.
Yeah, Daniel, Norbert is a good singer and a good dancer too, just like Kuya Bert. Kuya Bert is a very good singer and dancer. You should sing and dance.
Thank you, man.
Anyway, let's hear
Can't wait to hear and see.
From Norbert. Perfect. Ed Sheeran parody Patriots Love Ballad. Thank you, Daniel.
You might not recognize him.
Here we go.
I found a team for me. Darling, they're the best in the AFC. I found a Bill and Tom Brady. I never knew what it felt to win a Super Bowl ring. 'Cause I was so blind till I fell in love with the Patriots. They are the greatest team of all time. Tommy, just throw the ball. The refs will call a hold. Once again, we will cross the goal line. Baby, I'm with the winning team with lots of Lombardies. I hope we'll never leave. Of course, our team, they never cheat. It's so nice to be the best. So I put $500 on a bet. So Tom Brady, you better play perfect tonight. Come on, Brady. Come on, Patriots. Come on, Brady. Eagles win! Eagles win! The Patriots! The Patriots!
Yan po ang Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Parody, Patriots Love Ballad. Okay, Bert, I just want to say hello to
I
Nina.
warned you not to take that too seriously.
Want to say hello to Mirna Victoriano.
I
Just said hello to Bert and Ate Miles. Yeah.
I hope you have been hearing Daniel Mallari sing. Now you know him. He's well known, especially even if he's Philippine born. He's now an Australian citizen, right?
Yeah.
And he's very popular. He's known in the what they call that popera, meaning pop and opera circles. Popera.
Hey, Daniel, I have a question. I have a question for you. Because you said you didn't start singing till your late teens, right? That's actually a late start as a singer. Especially you hear about these kids now. They start singing when they're 4, 5 years old on America's Got Talent and stuff like that. So, how did you get into it? And then how did you develop such a strong voice? Because you must have been trained, I'm assuming, or is this all natural talent?
It just, I think, Filipinos, we have this natural talent of imitating, copying people's sound, and I think I started like that as a kid. Like my mom used to be a soprano before she met my dad, and in the kitchen, every time she's cooking or doing something, you hear like "Woo!" in the kitchen. So as kids, we just laugh about that and I mimic her, and then to the point of the record she plays of Pavarotti and Placido Domingo, I like miming them, imitating. And at some point, I didn't realize in my late teens, and I was just mucking around, and someone said, "Wow, you've actually got the sound. You should take that seriously." And I thought, "Wow, okay." I still didn't take it seriously then, but at some point when I thought, "Okay, let's give it a try," and it happened quickly from then.
So
Oh, that's great. So you never had training. You just did it on your own. It was all self-taught.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing because you have a
That's
really
right.
powerful voice. So that's awesome.
By the way, Norbert, Adeline San Miguel, which is her stage name is Adi, who's our guest next
Adi.
week. She's from Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. She said, "Wow, good job, Norb. Clap, clap, clap." She said.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you.
also,
Hello,
Priscilla, Presi Colette of Russell Island, Queensland, Australia. She's watching right now. Thank you, Presi. She's also a fan of Daniel Mallari. Yeah.
Hi, Pressy.
But you could thank Daniel, I guess, or Addie. You could thank Daniel for. I think Daniel was the one who referred you to Addie. Is that right, Miles?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So,
And I've been
so
annoying
Addie,
her for the past 2 weeks.
so Addie's name is Adelina.
Adeline.
San Miguel.
Adeline San Miguel. Oh, that's good.
But her
Just like
her stage name is Adi. She's a
I
great singer
see.
too, and very beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Our viewers, they love handsome and beautiful women.
Yeah.
It's like Norbert and beauty both and Ate Miles.
So what's
Thank you.
there are a lot of people who's got birthdays today, and I know that
Yeah.
we could spend maybe about 3 minutes to just greet people who got birthdays today. You'd like to start that, Miles?
Yeah. Again, I want to say hello, happy birthday, Lulu Demetrio from Shepperton, United Kingdom, on August 15. Cecilia Alba of Arlington, Virginia, Washington, on August 16. And I like to say happy birthday to Gideon Epistola of Seattle, Washington. Happy birthday,
That's right.
Gideon. And Maria Power of Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, on August 18. Melody Reyes, pamangkin ko from Tui, Batangas, on August 18. And Chad Anderson of Seattle, Washington, on August 19. Happy birthday, Chad, and to all of you, happy birthday.
So, Norb,
Daniel,
do you have
you want to
anybody
say?
to greet?
Let's see. I don't really have any immediate ones other than, as we said earlier, to Ate Dulce for celebrating her 60th birthday at her party that she invited us to on Friday. That was such a fun time, and it was an honor to be there amongst so many special guests and allowing me to serenade her on her birthday. So that was a treat, and it was fun to be able to go to a party again, because we haven't been to a lot of parties in the last year. So that was great. So another happy birthday to her.
Yeah. Daniel, have you been going to a lot of parties lately, or because of the pandemic?
Well, actually, last Saturday, I've celebrated my birthday with my dad and my nephew Connor. So
your birthday?
But actually, don't. Yeah, it was my birthday last week, but we celebrated it last weekend.
Oh my God!
It's my dad's birthday.
Well, I guess happy belated birthday is in order.
Yeah, we're gonna sing a
Thank you
birthday
very
for
much.
you. But today, for example,
Yes.
today we have
Yes.
Julie Ajeto, who's got a birthday, and then tomorrow
Happy
we have
birthday.
Susan Lency, and on the 19th we have Luisa Amoranto, and Tweedly D. Sampson, one of
Yeah,
Connie
okay.
Sampson's daughters. Then on the 21st, we have Pia Aguirre de Chavez. And on the 22nd, we have Nicole Manion Ambion. And on the 23rd, we have Tony Galang, James Caoili, my cousin, J.R. Caoili. I'm not so sure who J.R. Caoili is, but we got two Caoilis on August 23, and Ingrid Elenzano. And for those, let's play Happy Birthday to all of you. Let's play the, it's a very
Birthday
short.
song. Happy birthday song.
Happy birthday
Happy birthday.
to you.
There you go.
Hooray.
Thank you, Daniel. Happy birthday.
Happy
Birthday song,
birthday, everyone.
To you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yan po ang happy
that
birthday
was really
song
short.
dedicated to all birthday celebrants.
Actually, I had a couple names to add to that. You know, Dad, Joji Rose Oliveros, I believe it's her birthday today. You know, down in our cousin down in California. Yeah. And then Lenny Jimenez, I guess technically my sister-in-law on my on Jin's side, Lenny Jimenez is also celebrating her birthday too. So if they're watching, happy birthday, you guys.
Happy
All right.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday,
all
everyone.
of you. Yeah, that's good. You know, today, for
Norbert, do you
example,
speak
the weather
Tagalog?
is cold today. Really.
Norbert.
It's pretty cool today at 70 something, 70, you know. It was just amazing because I felt very cool. I felt cold last night. You know.
Okay, Bert.
You're still in
Daniel is
winter time.
asking Norb if he can speak Tagalog. I think Kuya Bert only taught him the bad ones.
Konti lang. But yeah, I didn't really grow up speaking Tagalog in our house. We spoke mostly English,
really?
so I learned to listen to it, but I didn't really speak it growing up. There's a long story to that. There's something about our teachers. They told my parents they thought it wasn't a good idea. We might get confused if we learned it. I wish we had actually growing up, but we kind of spoke mostly English in the house. So, I learned those quickly. Those are the first ones I learned right away.
Can you say them on air? Just kidding.
Bibirahin linte ka.
That's very good.
Oh yeah, there's more, but I don't want to get my dad in any trouble.
I tell you, you know, yeah. But you know, it's still pandemic, very bad in Australia, isn't it?
It is. It is, Kuya Bert. It's funny because last year we were when the world was in the midst of it, we were fine. It's like, you know, everything was good here, but we're the opposite now that everyone is moving on here in Australia, New South Wales and Victoria especially, they're in lockdown at the moment.
It's just amazing because, like you said, when Miles was reporting, she normally makes a report and a COVID update. And during the early times, she was saying Australia had only one case, for example, you know.
Yes.
And here in the United States, we had so many, already thousand cases, you know. And now all of a sudden, it seems like Australia, I don't know how Australia got infected. There must be some people coming from badly
people coming
infected
back. Yeah,
countries.
people coming back from overseas. Yeah, it's people coming back from overseas. Usually, but they're in quarantine, so they're in. It's still under control, except in New South Wales and in. That's why they're in lockdown in New South Wales and Victoria to keep everything under control.
I was going to ask you, Daniel, have you been vaccinated yet?
Yes, Kuya
Honestly.
Bert. In fact, I had my second. Yes, I had my second dose of Pfizer last Wednesday.
That's good because another Miles is
So
not
yes, fully
vaccinated
vaccinated.
yet.
Be quiet, Kuya Bert.
Oh, really? Oh, why not? Oh,
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. What will be the effect to
still
Kuya Bert and
waiting.
you know?
So far, everything
Well,
we have been.
yeah, no effect at all, no side effects. I had my vaccine, as I've said, second dose of vaccination of Pfizer last Wednesday, and no side effects at all, no headache, no dizziness, no nothing. So
Kami naman, my wife and I,
don't worry.
we eventually, surrendered and we took the J&J vaccine. So para isa lang, one only.
Janssen, yes.
And then,
Janssen.
hi Millie Kaplan, that's watching. Thank you very much, Millie. Hey Millie, our first shuttle between Lions bowling will be on September 2. So I'll let you know about that one. But anyway, with J&J, I didn't even feel the needle. That lady who administered it was pretty good, but no side effect, no nothing. The only reason we capitulated to it is because I could not join my grandchildren, on their volleyball games and the
That's the
Seahawks.
only reason. That's why he had vaccinated. And Danielle, Kuya Bert, I'm gonna tell Danielle. The reason that finally Kuya Bert had a vaccination because Norbert and his wife Jean and the rest of and Monica maybe,
and my sister Monica.
And Monica had been convincing Kuya Bert and Ate Shoni, and finally Kuya Bert agreed because he wants to see the football and the volleyball of his grandchildren.
That's right.
Well, and it's turning out, I was talking about these games coming up, and, these are going to be some of the biggest events where people will be coming out to. The Seahawks Stadium, Lumen Field, holds 68,000 people. And while the Mariner games have been open to the public, the Mariners only bring in maybe 15,000, 20,000, maybe on a good night. So they're bringing in 3 times or more that many people. And a lot of people are concerned. In fact, Mark is not going to the game because he's concerned. He's already been vaccinated. My buddy Mark, who shares tickets with my dad, he's not even going to the game because his client, who he works for, does not want to risk him getting the virus and bring it back to them. So he's actually sitting this game or the first couple of games out to see how it goes. But now other stadiums are starting to have vaccination requirements. I think New Orleans is requiring it, and they just most recently, I believe it was Las Vegas, also required vaccination. So I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle takes that step, but they haven't yet. So far, there's no restrictions whatsoever, but that could change anytime. So we'll see what happens.
I think, the reason why we're doing this vaccination is it's not just for ourselves, but to protect our family as well, especially the elderly and the ones with existing health issues. So we're trying to protect them as well.
Yes, that's really.
I'm safe. I'm by myself. I don't go out.
So Daniel, don't even bother to visit Miles. Don't bother to visit.
Yes.
So we're not even inviting her to come to the United States. No.
That's what my friend. I was supposed to go to Newcastle on July 2nd for the 75th birthday of my friend Adora Quintana, and her daughter sent me the airfare. And then Adora said to me, "You're not allowed to come here. I'm gonna lock the door when you come here. You're not allowed to."
Yeah. We're having so much fun. We have to do this again, Daniel. Okay, but at this time, my time is 2:20, and this is about the time when we, each one of us will say their goodbyes because we're about to end our program. Our next song, however, later in a few minutes, it is still your song that event we were able to, or Miles was able to negotiate with you to play the song. What was that? The prayer. Yeah, which is he's gonna play as a closing song. Okay, So for now, let's
Fantastic.
start saying our goodbyes now, and look forward to playing and hearing the prayer. So go ahead, Miles. Do your goodbye now.
Ito po si Mel Salvador from Australia. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagpagkinig sa aming programang Fil-Am Radio. Thank you, Daniel Mallari. My pleasure, our pleasure
Salamat
to
po.
have you in our program. And Norbert, thank you for always gracing our program. And Kuya Bert, thank you so much. And Daniel Balas, thank you so much for
Opo.
very good job, And Ate Shoni, at maraming salamat po. Hanggang sa susunod na Martes, abangan po natin si Ari from Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Thank you. Daniel?
Okay. Lovely to meet you, Kuya Bert, Norbert, and Ate Miles. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, Daniel Bells, and thank you, Seattle, for having me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hello.
Norb?
All right. My name is Norb Caoili, also known as NorbCam. If you want sports, specifically Seahawks entertainment, come check out my channel, NorbCam, on YouTube. But otherwise, thank you for tuning into the program and letting us be a part of your day. We had a great time today doing the show and hope to see you next time here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Bye, Tyler Parcher. Thank you. Yeah.
At mga kaibigan, dumating na naman po ang sandali na pamamahalam. Kaya naman, mga kaibigan, we are going to play the last song by our good special guest today, The Prayer, as a background. And kung maaari po, let's join me in our closing prayer. So let's bow our heads. Ama namin, purihin ang iyong pangalan. Nagpupuri po kami at nagpapasalamat sa mga dakilang biyaya, buhay, kas at subaybay na ipinagkaloob mo sa amin mula sa oras na ito hanggang sa wakas ng aming buhay. Amen.
Amen. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Susunod po namin, Rick and Manny 21.
Salamat po.
So, thank you very much. And let's, as we say our goodbyes, let's listen to The Prayer by Daniel Mallari.
Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. So your love, sense of your guidance would more than need us if there is an answer. On you be simboli pace di fraternità. La forza che tu dai, we ask like the kind, and wash us from above. We hope our soul will find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer, just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. In what says I know. Siento que si sabes